The man secretly raised his earphone, took photos of the movements at the dock. Unexpectedly, he was attacked when he turned around. When he woke up, he had been taken to a cargo ship on the high seas. Hoist, the real killer of his wife, was right in front of him. Hoist explained to the man that it had been a tactical move back. Hefland offered him a chance to take revenge, but the man couldn't bring himself to pull the trigger. The man's name was Charlie, a programmer at the Central Intelligence Agency CIA of the United States. He was highly talented, with an IQ of 170 and a graceful and beautiful wife. One day, his wife was going on a business trip to London. Charlie deliberately put down his handiwork, thoughtfully made her a cup of hot coffee. His wife invited Charlie to come along to London, but it declined on the grounds of being busy with work. After seeing his wife off, Charlie returned to the company. An unfamiliar hacker calling him some information warned him to check it when no one was around. Charlie then went to his secret workspace. He was shocked to discover that the drone attack in the Middle East had been a suicide attack by terrorists, and the mastermind who had signed and authorized it was actually his superior, Director Moore. Charlie couldn't understand why would the United States attack its own ally. After work, Charlie hurried to call his wife, but only got her voicemail. Thinking she was busy, Charlie didn't pay much attention. The next day at work, Director Moore took Charlie to the director's office. The director told him that a terrorist attack had occurred in London not long ago, and the location was exactly the hotel where Charlie's wife was staying. Director Moore then turned on the TV news. The news reported that the hotel had been attacked by 4 terrorists. 2 hostages had been taken, one of whom was an American woman, and both had been killed in the incident. Charlie's eyes were already red with tears. Back home, Charlie Saturday in front of his wife's candle broke down silently. He decided to find out who had killed his wife. Using his advanced skills, he checked all the hotel surveillance footage. He discovered that the 4-member robber gang had arrived at the hotel at 11 o'clock, a meeting with an Indonesian impact investment firm. A conflict broke out during the meeting, and a security guard was killed by the robbers. After learning of this, the hotel immediately called the police. Desperate to escape, the robbers took 2 hostages along the way. Charlie's kind-hearted wife stepped forward involuntarily to protect others. Charlie analyzed the robbers' voice and identified the names and identities of the 4 men. But when Charlie handed this information over to Director Moore, the director brushed it off casually. Charlie didn't give up. The next day, he secretly hid a magnetic strip in his name badge, copied all the dirty deeds Director Moore had done onto the strip, then printed out all the information, went to see Director Moore again. He threatened Moore to help him find out the truth about the terrorist attack. Otherwise, he would leak all his dirty laundry to the media. He had also set up a fail-safe system. If Moore didn't enter a password every 5 hours, the files would be automatically sent to the media. Charlie demanded to be trained at the Asocial, that he could avenge his wife under a new identity. Director Moore and Black decided to stabilize Charlie first. They sent Poe to investigate. Chandelier dispatched others to verify the authenticity of the fail-safe system. If Charlie was lying, they would get rid of him. Soon, Charlie started his first day of training, but his shooting skills were really poor. His instructor was Heller, who was specifically responsible for Charlie's training program. Meanwhile, Black led a team to Charlie's house. They searched the entire outplace, couldn't find the fail-safe system. On Charlie's side, he also found a project he excelled at, making bombs. Charlie gradually mastered various survival skills. On the other hand, the CIA spent a lot of meantime finally found a deliberately hidden CD, but when they deciphered it, they found nothing on it. That's when they realized they had been tricked by Charlie. Director Moore directly ordered Charlie's elimination, but the training base was already empty. Charlie, armed with a full set of forged documents, had bypassed the base's private biometric system and escaped. Only then did these people realize they had underestimated this seemingly weak programmer. Later, they discovered the reason for their failure. There was a tiny bug in the folder on the desk, thousands of miles away. Charlie took off the bug, threw it in the trash can, and boarded a flight to Paris. Charlie's first target was Frank, a former agent often appeared at the corner bakery near the crime scene. Charlie kept surveillance there. locked onto Frank's apartment, and successfully picked the door like Frank was out. He took photos of Frank's schedule, grabbed the pistol from the drawer. Unexpectedly, Frank returned early. Charlie hurriedly hid on the floor above, watching his enemy right in front of him. He still couldn't bring himself to pull the trigger. Charlie found out that Frank was allergic to pollen, so he went to a flower shop, bought a large bunch of lilies, extracted the pollen, hacked into the hospital system while Frank was admitted, sneaked into the ward, injected the pollen into Frank's oxygen device, and threatened Frank to reveal the whereabouts of the third robber. The cunning Frank faked his death to trick Chandelier launched a surprise attack. Fortunately, he only wanted to escape and didn't really intend to kill Charlie. But when Frank rushed into the middle of the road, he was hit and killed by a car. Charlie picked up his earphone successfully, found the whereabouts of his next target. When Charlie was searching for his target, a dimly lit bar in St. Parkersburg, he accidentally spotted his instructor Heller's figure. Sensing danger, Charlie tried to escape quickly, but Heller blocked him in a small bar. Charlie jumped into the bathroom, but there were no escape windows at all. Heller sat at the bar, waiting for Charlie casually. Charlie's whereabouts had been experienced the first target's death, but Charlie wasn't someone to be messed with. His best subject was making bombs, so after a big explosion, Charlie managed to escape. Charlie contacted his hacker colleague, only to be surprised that the hacker was a woman. Her name was Anna. Anna told Charlie Parasite was the code name of her late husband, who had been silenced by the Russian intelligence agency. Their similar experiences made her decide to help Charlie.
本音频由魔音工坊 AI 生成。
The second target, Cabrera, was born in Russia but traveled all year round. Charlie tracked down his social media account, his latest post photo. Anna analyzed the blurry figure reflected on the left glass, and Charlie deduced that Cabrera was currently in Madrid. After noticing Director Moore's unusual movements, the CIA director sent his trusted agent to monitor Heller's every move. Meanwhile, Charlie and Anna, who had arrived in Madrid, quickly found Cabrera's trail through city surveillance. This thug was staying in a 5-star luxury hotel with his girlfriend, had booked a 30-story high-glass sky pool. After obtaining the pool's structural drawings, Charlie made an electromagnetic pulse. Deviants followed Cabrera into the pool area. Anna warned him from her inhaler was in the lobby, and there was another CIA agent there too. Charlie ignored the warning, proceeded with the plan. He walked up to the poolside, showed Cabrera the remote control, and mentioned how his wife had been taken hostage and brutally killed. Cabrera turned to flee, but Charlie pressed the remote control. In an instant, the glass shattered, and Cabrera fell from the 30th floor. On the other side, just as Heller was about to catch up with Charlie, he was tackled by the CIA agent. The two fought in the laundry room, and in the end, Heller shot and killed the agent. Charlie, who arrived just in time, saw Heller leaning against the wall, gasping for breath. When Charlie and Anna got home, the alarm suddenly let out a shrill sound. Dozens of agents broke through the windows. The two rushed to escape through the emergency exit, but in the car, Anna was hit by a bullet, and just like that, Charlie's hacker partner passed away. Too grief-stricken to dwell on his sorrow, Charlie drove away. Using Cabrera's phone, Charlie posed as an arms brander, contacted Laurence. When his former special forces soldier and his men opened the arms crate in an abandoned warehouse, they were greeted by a directional blasting device carefully prepared by Charlie. Charlie took Laurence's phone, then turned and left. With a loud explosion behind him, 3 out of the 4 murderers had been eliminated. Only the last one remained, Holt, the man who had killed his wife. Charlie found out that Holt was extremely cautious, staying on a Russian cargo ship all year round. The only way to contact him was through a cafe at a dock somewhere in the Baltic Sea. But when Charlie arrived at the dock to record the movements of the speedboats, he was attacked from behind, and that's how the story began. However, Charlie had come prepared. Soon, the crew found that their ship had lost contraband, had sailed into Finnish territorial waters. This was Charlie's plan. He had deliberately let himself be captured on the ship, then hacked into their navigation system and notified the Finnish Navy Interpol in advance. In that end, Interpol arrested Holt